Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning to Doctor. I am NURUL IZZATI and today my friends and I from group Max 5 would like to present our assignment, which is we are going to complete a cycle of accounting Sunshine Computer Sales and Service, which is deals with computer, hardware, software, accessories and service on 1st January 2020. Business and accounting is the term that must include together, as all the transaction in the business must be recorded by doing a financial account, which is the area of accounting that deals with recording all the transaction happen in the business. Then need to prepare a financial statement that must going through a cycle of accounting.
Business transaction. As you can see, a good record to monitor the progress of a business is by identifying all the assets, expenses, incomes, and the liabilities. This will let you to see the strength and weakness of the business, which will enable you to make better financial decision. By answering the question given, this is our 30th transaction of Sunshine Computer Sales and Service for the month of December that included all the credit and cash sales, purchases, return outwards, return inwards, expenses, revenue, additional capital brought in, and there, etc. Began with invested 5,000 by check in the business on 1 December. We ended with paid salaries to the employee but for the month of December with 44,000 by check on 30 December. Therefore, this is our general journal, which is we record all the transaction into the original books entry. For the general journal, included all the current assets and non-current assets that bought by us, such as computer equipment, office equipment, motor vehicles, drawing, cash, and bank as a capital for the general journal. And then purchase journal. We can see how the difference between we write and jot down the items for general journal, purchase journals, and the else of the original books of entry. For the purchase journal, the total was 69,000 for purchase account for the debit, and for sales journal the total was 145,500. Moreover, for the return outward journal, we recorded P. Lee in the RO account, return outward account for the goods that we purchased on credit by the date of 10 December 2020, which cost 5,000. And for the return inward journal, that we recorded H. Daniel for the goods that have been purchased to us by the date of 11 December, which cost 3,000. Lastly, for the recording of book original entry for cash book, we recorded all the transactions other than the 5 above, which were paid by cash and bank, also incoming money to the business to manage our finance efficiently. And we got for the balance BD bank 10,800 for balance BD, and for the cash bank 10,800, cash 4,750. Seterusnya, untuk bahagian T account, kita akan buka 3 ledger, which is general ledger, purchase ledger dan sales ledger. Untuk general ledger, kami membuka 18 account yang terdiri daripada capital account, drawings account, computer equipment account, office equipment account, stationaries account, motor vehicle account, water and electricity account, telephone expenses account, insurance account, upkeep, motor vehicle account, petrol account, salaries account, sales account, return outwards account, return inward account, purchase account, demand loan account, G-buyers loan account. Dua loan ini adalah yang berbeza kerana dua penama yang berbeza. Untuk capital account, kita perlu cari, mula-mula kita perlu cari the beginning. Kita khas untuk capital account, kita perlu cari beginning of the capital of the account. Jadinya, mana kami dapat amount 73,300 adalah berdasarkan soalan, which is soalan trial balance lama. Kita tak boleh ambil capital yang tertera 70,000 ni, sebab ini adalah capital bulan lepas. Kita perlu cari capital bulan baru. So, capital seperti kita tahu, capital adalah modal. Modal tu boleh diperoleh daripada aset yang telah ada. Jadinya, motor vehicle, office equipment, bank dan stationery supplies adalah aset bagi untuk beginning capital. Seperti kita tahu, stationery supplies adalah expenses, tapi untuk cari beginning capital, dia akan termasuk dalam golongan asset. Sebabnya as a critical thinking, stationery supplies, bayangkan contoh pensel, pemadam, pembaris, kita akan gunanya hanya untuk sebulan. Kemungkinan ianya adalah kegunaan untuk jangka masa panjang, jangka masa lama. Jadi disebabkan itu kami meletakkan stationery supplies as a asset untuk beginning capital, tapi kami juga membuka stationery account for GL5 yang kami terus masuk daripada trial balance lama. Balance BD dia 2,800 dan diakhiri dengan tutup account dan buka account 2,800. Itu sahaja untuk general ledger yang penting untuk kita ketahui. Seterusnya saya beri kepada presenter seterusnya untuk mempersembahkan sales ledger.
Hi, I'm FAJRINA. I will continue to the sales ledger, purchase ledger, and trial balance. We move the transaction from the sales journal and purchase journal to the sales ledger and purchase ledger. Sales ledger is an account for every customer of a business to record the money received for products or services and what is still owed. On December 2, 2020, account receivable named A. Tom and L. Frank was recorded as sales in the debit side, and the amount for A. Tom is 25,000 and the amount for L. Frank is 17,000. Next, on December 4, 2020, account receivable named J. Snow and K. Park was recorded as sales in the debit side, and the amount for J. Snow is 10,000, K. Park is 9,000. Next, we move to the date of 14 December 2020. Account receivable named M. Smith and R. James were recorded as sales in the debit side, and the amount for M. Smith is 33,000 and amount for R. James is 46,000. Next, on December 3, 2020, account receivable named H. Daniel were recorded as sales in the debit side, and the amount is 505,000. At the same time, on December 8, 2020, account receivable named H. Daniel were recorded as written inwards in the credit side, and the amount is 3,000. For the purchase ledger, account payable named P. Lee was recorded in the credit side on 6 December 2020 as purchase, and the amount is 6,000. At the same time, on December 10, 2020, it was recorded as written outward on the debit side, and the amount is 5,000. Next, for account payable named G. Buyers, on December 7, 2020 and December 20, 2020, the account was recorded as purchase in the credit side, and the amount is 70,500. Next, we move to the account payable named B. Rocky. On December 8, 2020, it was recorded as purchase on the credit side, and the amount is 10,000. And lastly, account payable named S. Martin were recorded as purchase in the credit side, and the amount is 18,000. Next, I move to the trial balance. Trial balance is a bookkeeping worksheet in which the balance of all ledgers are compiled into debit and credit account column totals that are equal. All of the content in the trial balance were taken from the general ledger, sales ledger, and purchase ledger. The equal amount on both sides was 388,050. We can see the amount was equal.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Saya Wani dan saya akan menerangkan file adjustment dalam page keempat. Adjustment ni dibuat adalah untuk menyelaraskan penyataan kewangan bagi menggambarkan pendapatan dan pembelanjaan secara lebih tepat. Okey. Dalam soalan dia dah bagi supaya kita cari susun nilai motor vehicle dalam anggaran selama 5 tahun. Tapi dia tak bagi disposal value. So, kena letak sendiri. Kumpulan saya letakkan sebanyak 1,000. Jadi nilai asal dia 60,000 akan ditolakkan dengan 1,000. Lepas tu akan dibagikan dengan 5 sebab dia nak tahu satu tahun tu berapa. So, last kali akan dapat 9,800. Okay, yang kedua, nak cari susun nilai untuk office equipment. Tapi dia tak bagi disposal value. So, kita just ambil nilai asal, kita bagikan dengan 10. So, 45,000 bagikan dengan 10 akan dapat 4,500. Okay, yang C tu dia nak record insurance expired in 1 month kan. So, kita nak tahu 1 bulan tu berapa insurans. Sekarang ni dia dah bagi untuk 10 bulan. So, 1,200 akan dibagikan dengan 10. Dia akan dapat 120. So, kita tahu dalam 1 bulan tu dia akan expired sebanyak 120. Okay. Yang D, stationery supplies tu, dekat akhir bulan dia ambil sebanyak 1,900. So, nilai asal daripada trial balance tu, dia kena tolak dengan apa yang dia dah ambil. So, 2,800 kita tolakkan dengan 1,900 yang kita ambil, dia akan dapat 900. Okay. Yang itu dia nak accrue interest. Accrue interest ni cara nak kira dia, return inward tambah return outward, bahagikan dengan 365 hari. Kali ni kita ada return outward sebanyak 5,000. Return inward sebanyak 3,000. So, dapat total 8,000 tu kita bahagikan dengan 365. So, akan dapat RM21.92. Tapi, kita kena mudahkan lah nak bagi dia nampak lebih cantik kan. So, senang nak kira lepas tu. Dapat, kan dah dapat yang tu. Kita nak kira interest percentage. So, 8,000 hasil tambah RO dengan RI tadi tu. Kita darabkan dengan RM22 tu. Akan dapat sebanyak RM1,760. Okay. Untuk yang terakhir, dia nak dia kata 950 tu dia dah bayar dah. Dia dah bayar, maksudnya kan dia akan jadi prabayar kan. So, kalau dah bayar, maksud kita dah dapat cash tu. So, kita just letak masukkan je 950 tu untuk cash, lepas tu 950 untuk servis. Macam tu. Okay. Okay, seterusnya saya akan terangkan mengenai adjusting entries for the account. Yang kat bahagian ni saya akan terangkan mana yang line. Kan biasa kita adjust masukkan, lepas tu kita seimbangkan untuk dapatkan balance CD kan. So, yang mana yang lain ada tambahan tu saya akan terangkan. Contoh macam insurance prepaid, insurance dengan interest loan. Kalau untuk insurance prepaid, saya tambahkan 600 dekat bahagian debit untuk bagi dia tally dengan account insurance. So, belah debit saya masukkan 600, belah kredit saya masukkan expired insurance yang dah kita kira tadi tu. So, dapat total bila seimbangkan akan dapat 480. Untuk insurance, kan kita bayar, so kita kena masukkan cash tu belah debit sebanyak 1,200. Maafkan saya, 1,200. Lepas tu masukkan expired insurance tu sebanyak 120. Belah kredit, saya masukkan sekali yang 600 yang macam saya buat sebelum ni. So, bila seimbangkan, dia akan dapat 720. Okay. Seterusnya, ialah interest loan. Interest loan ni bahagian debit saya masukkan cash sebab kita bayar sebanyak 1,500. 1,500. Lepas tu accrue interest tu sebanyak RM1,760. So, saya seimbangkan untuk dapatkan
Next, we will go through the adjusted trial balance, which is the purpose is to ensure that the financial statement for the period is accurate and up to date, and it corrects any error to make the statement compatible with the requirement of an applicable accounting framework. So this is the Sunshine Computer Sales and Service adjusted trial balance as at 31 December 2020. As we know that all the balance BD from the ledger, we need to post it into the trial balance, and same goes to the adjusted trial balance. As we can see, most of the item is still same with the trial balance before we adjust it, but it has a few difference, which is we have a depreciation for the non-current asset, which is depreciation of motor vehicle, depreciation of office equipment, and depreciation of stationery. And all this depreciation of non-current asset has their accumulated depreciation, and all the item of this, we need to put it into this trial balance of adjustment. And I want to show you that not all the item in the adjusted trial balance has the same amount from the trial balance before we adjust it. As we can see here, the cash item had increasing on this amount from the 4,750 ringgit in the past trial balance to 5,300 ringgit. This is because the cash item had the balance BD amount in cash book as 550 ringgit, which is the 550 ringgit we got it from the service revenue on the debit part of the cash book, and also the interest loan that we recorded in the credit side of the cash book. So the balance BD of cash book at 550 ringgit, we sum it with the 4,750 ringgit. So it will give the new amount for cash is 5,300 ringgit. And also for the insurance item, it had a decreasing amount from the past trial balance, which is the amount is 1,200 ringgit, and it had a decreasing amount as 720 ringgit due to the insurance prepaid. The amount is 480 ringgit. The amount of 480 ringgit we need to minus with the amount of insurance at the past trial balance. So because of that, you can see the insurance had the decreasing of amount. So as we put all the item that required to put it in the adjust trial balance, we will get the balance amount is RM408 and 510.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Liana. I will continue with statement of profit or loss and statement of financial position. Now we are looking at the first one, which is statement of profit or loss for the year ended 31 December 2020. Okay, there are 5 elements in profit or loss, which are sales, cost of goods sold, revenue, expenses, and net profit or loss. Now we are looking at the first one, which is sales. Here sales is 230,500. We need to minus with written inward 3,000, so that we will get the amount of net sale, which is 227,500. The second one is cost of goods sold. Starting with opening inventory plus with purchase 69,000, we need to minus with written outward 5,000, so that we will get the amount of cost of goods sold, which is 34,000. How to get gross profit or loss? First of all, we need to look at net sales and cost of goods sold, because the amount of net sales and cost of goods sold, we need to minus. Then we will got the amount of gross profit 163,500. Third one is revenue. We need to total up all the types of revenue. So we will got the amount of revenue which is 950. Same goes with expenses. We need to total up all the expenses here. We will got the amount of expenses. The last one is net profit or loss. How we get the amount of net profit or loss? Let we know the first one from sales. We need to minus with cost of goods sold. So then we got the amount of profit or loss. So from that we need to minus
Plus with a revenue.
expenses. From that, we will got the amount of net profit or loss. Next, we move to statement of financial position as at 31 December 2020. First part is asset, which is non-current asset and current asset. Basically, non-current asset is a transaction yang more than a year. Okay, like in this 2020, for non-current asset we have motor vehicle 60,000. Okay, office equipment 30,000 and computer equipment is 10,000. For current asset, the transaction happen in a year. The first column is cost. Second column is accumulated depreciation, which is depreciation yang kita kira dekat adjustment tu. Lepas tu kita tambah dengan accumulated. And third is net book value. Ni yang kita kena minus from this amount. Okay. Example for non-current asset. Okay, motor vehicle 60,000. We need to minus with accumulated depreciation. We got the amount for net book value which is 48,200. Okay. Same goes with office equipment. The amount of office equipment is 30,000. We need to minus with accumulated depreciation so that we got the amount of net book value which is 25,500. For computer equipment, we don't need to minus with accumulated depreciation, so just take the amount of computer equipment which is 10,000. Okay, so we need to total up all the amount of this so that we got the amount of net book value which is 80,700. So next we go to current asset. Like we know, current asset, the transaction of current asset ni dia akan berlaku in a year. Okay? Financial position ni macam kunci kira-kira kita nak close account. So kita nak cari final dia, kita kena ambil dia punya closing inventory dia. Next we look at current asset. Okay. For account receivable, amount ni kita ambil from page 3 which is Atom, L Frank, Gisno, Kpart, all of this we need to total up and then we put here. Kita ada juga pen in this current asset 10,800. We need to minus with cash 5,300 and then plus with prepaid insurance. So for accumulated depreciation for current asset, we got 148,480. So we need to total up for non-current asset and current asset here so that we got the total asset. We need to total up 83,070 plus 148,480. So that total asset we got 232,180. Second part are capital plus liability. So capital plus liability plus non-current liability. So now we look at the first one, capital. As we know that it is owner equity. Owner equity ni dia ada tiga, capital, net profit and drawing. Drawing ni apa yang kita ambil daripada capital. So kita kena minus and then we need to plus with net profit lah. Okay. So the amount of owner equity 163,420. For liabilities, we look at non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities ni selalunya loan lah kan. So dekat dalam question ni kita ada D-Max loan, G-Bias loan. So here we state the net value books dia. For current liabilities, we have accrued interest loan 1,760 and account payable 64,000. Okay, so from this we just total up and put here for the net book value. So total liabilities and equities is same as total asset, which is 232,118. So that's all from me. Thank you.